Blubix, thank you for the resub. You have only one Twitch Prime available. That's an encouragement for Our Majesty. I don't know what that means. Our Majesty. Arsenal. Ironically, the last issue I had to solve was getting the Pondicam to work, and the problem there was turning it off and on was the solution, but I was turning it off and on by pulling on and removing the wrong plug. So I basically wasted the last 5 minutes in a rather silly way. But I had other issues with my general internet connectivity, which were a little trickier to fix. I think we're good now. I think we're okay. So we got it all figured out. Alrighty. We're late for a number of reasons today. I had a very busy day, crazy workload, and dealing with selling my house. I've got 3 realtors. I have to choose between 3 different realtors, and I have no idea. I like them all, you know. I don't know how I'm gonna pick like which realtor I go with, so I've been stressed out trying to decide on a realtor to sell my house. Not an easy decision. I also have a lot of other stuff going on, and I had lessons before the stream. So guys, sorry, I apologize for starting late here. We're half an hour late. We'll try to go a little bit beyond 8 o'clock to kind of compensate. Your Majesty is never late. We're honored to wait. I'm rarely late. It's not true that I'm never late, especially when I was teaching chess in Boston and driving to lessons, and it was always like the traffic was so bad in Boston that there's literally no way you could ever get somewhere where you're supposed to be on time. So I would have like 3 or 4 lessons, like one after another. There would be no way you could like not get backed up. Anyway, thank you for the donations, guys, to support the stream last week. Merle already putting in 111. HTFP with 5. HTFP, I would say pick the best looking one. Oh boy. None of them are women. And all of them are over 45, I think. 3 men between the ages of 45 and 80. I don't know. It's a tough call on physical appearance alone. Maybe I go with like the best dressed or something. I think I know. Maybe the best dressed. The least skilled profession out there. Well, I imagine that the level of skill matters in results, though. Okay, guys. Save a Dog is challenging first. He's underrated as usual. You can challenge me in anything between 5+3 and 7+3. I'm kind of tired, as always. I have been in the last couple of weeks, but I'm happy to just play and chill, you know, play some fun games. The guy that came to see my house today is like the godfather of local realty. He's like one of the godfathers of my local real estate. I felt honored in his presence. He's like, and he's not ancient. I mean, he's not young, but he's all there. And he's like 49 years in business. That's pretty impressive. But I've got another real estate agency that's a lot more trendy, a little more active, and then I've got another guy who's old and not very fancy, but he's like an expert in this very like specialized area where I live. So it's kind of hard to pick between 3 different guys. It's a really, really tough call. Arsenal, I don't remember our game last week. Sorry, man. Too tired to remember. Warnaki 150 because it's Monday. Thank you. Best dressed is not the richest. The worst dressed is a smart buyer for sure. I don't want a smart buyer. I want a smart seller. It's a really tough call. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick them out of a hat. I'm trying to sell the house by myself. I have 2 possible buyers this week. If one of them miraculously works out, it would save me from having to decide. All right, guys. Warnaki, thanks for the donation. Merle Dixon. So I finished, I told you on Sunday, those of you that weren't here, I was doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday estate sale at my house, and it was just absolutely a nuts event. Just crazy. I was expecting bishop e7. He like auto played bishop f7. Luke, I am your father. There's no way I'm letting you play e5 here, dude. I mean, maybe I could let him play e5 if I could get in b4 first. It's not so bad. Not so bad, but I mean, I'm too tired to think. You do remember the over the board game you analyzed. Well, whose over the board game now are we talking about? Why CD and not 91? 91 is just putting my... I mean, I'm not inclined to put my pieces on the first rank, Arsenal fan. In a position with pawn tension. Now, it's possible that Arsenal fan is some sort of genius, and like 91, e6, bishop g5 is good for white. But in general, I just try to move forward, not backward. Alright. Arsenal fan, have you been drinking tonight? Like, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. The deadliest exchange sacrifice of all time is threatened. Well, you clearly were in a hurry to move your knight. No drink yet. You just hope you can. All right. But you had some sort of energy drink? You're on something. All right. It's late there, so I assume you're drinking. It's like midnight, you know? No, it's 11 o'clock where Arsenal is. I keep using 6 hour time difference because I usually am in Budapest, and I always think everybody is 6 hours ahead, but he didn't go for the greedy grab. There was this lady who came to my house yesterday who's like supposed to be donating to cancer research donations that she gets, and they call her Grabby. She just grabs the items like as soon as your estate sale is over for her donations or whatever. It was just sort of funny. Grabby Gabby. Most buyers will pay more to a real estate agent. Most buyers will pay more to a real estate agent than to a Hungarian migrant. You know, it's funny that you say that, Blubby. A lot of people, when I tell them, like, I live in Hungary, they're like, oh, you speak English so well for a Hungarian. It's so funny, and I'm always like, no, I don't. I'm not Hungarian. I just live there, you know. But it's funny because my friends in Hungary call me a migrant. You know, in Hungary, they're very anti-migrants, so they always joke that I'm a migrant, you know. And I brought my migrant mother to Budapest too. What's up, World Loser? Wow, former mod. Long time no see. Also from Eastern Europe, Eastern Central Europe, Poland. All right. Well, I'm gonna take that white square bishop. Been a long day here, guys. I'm gonna play my best. Save a dog. Tough player for 1600. We may have more than one Polish player in the stream. You believe that you're not a Hungarian migrant, but now you are. There's not an influx. There's not an influx of Hungarian migrants to the United States. these days. They don't need special treatment with the border wall. Alright. Maybe at one time. I think that the lady, the grabby lady, was a racist, though. That was the coincidental thing. It's like older, rich, white people tend to be racist very often. I wonder why. So we've got several polls in the stream now. The Polish subgroup here. I thought you were going to pull the trigger on knight d4. Why did you not play knight d4 there? That seems like a better move. I guess he wants to keep it kind of stable. Stabilize. Not sure if he should pass off of his chance to do that, you know, objectively. You may not get another chance to do knight d4 as effectively. Tactic. Where's my tactic? I need tactics. Tic-tacs. Is it tic-tac in Poland? How do you say tic-tac in Polish? That's the million-dollar question. I know how to say it in Hungarian and English. It's probably similar to the Hungarian version. More similar. Okay. You wrote a study about Americans in global geography? Really? They locate most of unknown countries somewhere in northeast Canada. Most Americans can't even name like all states or locate all states of the United States. So, especially the younger ones. You know, in my generation, you were taught like all the states. It's scary. The younger generations don't even learn like their own states. All right. Did anybody watch NFL football yesterday? It was a kind of good game between the Los Angeles Rams, Cleveland Browns. Watch that. I rarely get time to watch sports. Even in Europe, like NFL football is popular with a lot of, especially my poker playing friends who like to sports bet. Sports betting is the best way to lose your hard-earned poker winnings. This looks like a stone cold draw. I'm a very opinionated sort of analyst there. I don't know. Stone cold draw. I would be like milking this for a million years, Arsenal fan, in an over the board game. We are gonna milk this till the cows come home, my friend. Queen a7, knight e4 is interesting. He gets that knight to e4, starts to cause me problems, I'm afraid. Two bishops here is definitely worth a lot. I'm not saying it's a win, but good chances. What do you mean by football? I mean American football. Yeah, very popular. Not soccer. Soccer in French. Um, I was talking to my real estate agent today because we both have like French names. See your influence here, Blobby? We both have French family names. Okay. On the clock, yeah, he's under a lot of pressure on the clock, but that's not enough, especially with increment. I don't really have any threats. Oh no. Now it's over. You missed that corner square. Alright, it was hard. It was hard. But stone cold draw, Arsenal fan. I think your choice of adjectives there was a little bit off. It was more like a sizzling hot draw, I would say, judging by those terms. Alright, we've got 3 more challenges. DJ Chess. Blobix, we got DJ Chess for rated. Yeah, we're not doing that. So DJ Chess is showing up again. Played him the other day. He's appearing again. 114, 240, 11, 12, and 21. Okay, let's check him out. 13-year-old chess streamer and player with a FIDE rating of 1802. Wow. 1802. Similar to another player on our stream, a little younger than Morwa. Morwa was like 15 or 16. Alright, so we got a challenge from him, but we don't do rated challenges, guys, so I'm going to cancel that. We're going to cancel the Madness, which is also a rated challenge. And I do challenges casual between 5+3 and 7+3. So if you want to challenge me, we take the subscribers first. On Mondays and Wednesdays. No, there's no Wednesdays. On Mondays and Mondays. Basically on Mondays and Mondays, I do subscriber challenges first. And I usually try to move twice in a row, but sometimes my opponents won't let me. I'm a little out of it. I need another beer, honestly. I should be drinking like 2 beers simultaneously to compensate for how tired I am. I've been up since like 6:30 again this morning. Clean out. House clean out, real estate agents, it's endless. Alright, Blobix, this is Blobix's new specialty. I hate the double fianchetto defense against the hedgehog, drives me crazy. But he's allowing this kind of Queen's Indian. My game with Magnus, as I said before, when I played Magnus in Rapid Chess, I suspect it was something like this, but I don't remember how it went. Then I had another game against a strong player. Well, it's knight c3. We get this every time now. Knight c3, knight e4. I mean, we could transpose some kind of Queen's Indian. Let's try that. Like, what's this? Bishop d2. It's not really a Queen's Indian. It's like a double fianchetto. Queen's Indian hybrid. Yeah, Arsenal, so you know what it's like to be tired. You wake up at 6:30 every morning, stay up till 2 a.m. Do you take a nap during the day? By any chance? You know, I used to look very young for my age, but when I stopped taking naps, I think that's when I started to age, really. We need fuchsia here for the name. Well, there's a little too much machismo around, you know, a little too much testosterone on the stream. We know that, as is the case with most chess things. But you know, I think the macho attitude of our stream scares the females away. No need for that, Merle Dixon. I was just saying, like, there's no women that watch our stream, so it doesn't matter. Or losers like why bishop d2. Why ask why? Try Bud Dry. I don't know, World Loser. It's just a move. I've played 94 several times against Blubix and against that wonderful guy that I love so much, Grandmaster Romanov. Such a friendly character. I just decided to try it. I mean, similar to Queen's Indian line with Bishop D2, so it seems like it's a move. Romanov of legendary, like, why did you play for a draw fame? In literally like 300 plus games against GMs, I have never in my life been accused of playing for a draw. It's just absurd. I may play solidly, but I'm not playing for a draw. Rook A D1. Because I don't like to lose doesn't mean I'm playing for a draw. No, I try to play correctly. Bob could be a woman. We've talked about this before. That's a theory, you know. Well, yeah, we're gonna scare him all the way. All right, Knight C6. A kind of weird move, you know. Knight in front of bishop. That seems strange. It seems strange to do that. You turn into this really weird Dutch now, maybe with F5. In club chess, a lot of people play for draws. I mean, I was a lot more reckless when I was a younger player. The thing is, what happens when you play in like dozens of round-robin Grandmaster tournaments like I have, and you get your head beat in like on a regular basis, you kind of lose the optimism of youth a little bit, you know. You get the optimism beaten right out of you, you know. So it's different, you know, after you've played. And you're like, I've played like so many round-robin tournaments that were like category 6, category 7, category 8 and higher. Not so much higher, but a little, maybe category 9. Anyways, like tons of tournaments, and I'm like the lowest rated or one of the lowest rated, or maybe like in the middle lower part. I just played so many strong players where it's like, you know, a draw is like a decent result. So I just basically try to play solidly. What's up, Jim? Jim, but that's one of the reasons, like, you should never play too much with computers, especially today, because it'll just like totally change your style. Will you be afraid to do anything? At one point, it was okay, you know, in the 90s, but at some point, you got to stop trying to play with computers, because it just will make your style alter, and you'll play scared of everything. Bang, B4. You start to change your style when you start piling up, like my friend Joe, who you guys have talked about a lot on the stream. He played in a GM round robin where he finished and he had something sick, like 1.5 out of 12. He scored like 1.5 out of 12 in a GM tournament. I mean, you know, he was like the lowest rated or the second lowest or something like that. But literally, like, I've never had a score like that. I mean, think if that happened to me, 1.5 out of 12, I would, you know, he hasn't moved yet. I would seriously think about like packing it in, you know. That's gotta hurt, Jim. Even Jim, the optimistic Jim, would probably find his style altered after a result like that. But maybe not. Some people just can take a beating and keep on ticking like the Energizer Bunny. Look at that. H6. Genius. The mark of a very, very smart player there. But you know, I've got to do what I've got to do, Blubix. Got to execute according to pawn structure. It's a sort of deformed King's Indian here. So my friend Joe, like, he claims he lost like 10 games in a row at one point. Like, this is messed up. He got like a 1.5 out of his first 2 in this tournament. He beat a GM, drew the other one, started with 1.5 out of 2, and then he lost 10 games in a row. Like, true story. I mean, and he said he like, you know, he said he wasn't like on tilt or anything. He just was like trying to play, he was just trying to play like normally, you know, even, he just kept trying to play. He's pretty level-headed, you know, he's pretty chill. He doesn't go crazy, you know. I've never seen Joe really angry. So it makes sense that he wouldn't tilt, but man, I mean, that would alter my style for the rest of my life, I think. If I lost, you know, I doubt he was high because he probably wasn't. This happened in a foreign country, and I don't think he was probably comfortable with carrying weed like over on the flight to like Budapest or something like that. I mean, I doubt he was high or something. He just lost 10 games in a row, like seriously. And you know, I would have lost my mind if I lost 10 games. My record is 4 in one tournament. I did that twice. No, Weedmaster plays all different stuff. He's more D4. He was a D4 guy, but he started playing knight f3 and stuff later, similar to me. But with black, he plays different stuff, e4, e5, and Sicilian. Peart's modern. He's got a pretty wide variety of systems with black. King's Indian. Mostly King's Indian. But can you imagine losing 10 games in a row in long games? That's devastating. Wow, look at knight f5. That's Blavix's favorite square. He tries every game to get his knight on h4. I think that's his goal from the beginning, to go knight h4. Okay, so why don't I just play knight e4 here? What's happening? My name is what? I'm not afraid to sack in exchange. Connect 4. Does anybody here play Connect 4? There was a game I was just analyzing today, Arsenal fan, where it was like Jula Sachs against Quinteros from 1982. And I said in my video that I created that Sachs put the knight on d2 and he was like faking right and going left. So basically he was looking like he made it look like he was going to play knight e4, but he played knight c4. You know, and here it was like feinting left and going right. But my knight, it was on c3, right? No. If I was on d2, we could feint left and go right. Dun dun dun. No, I'm not going to take that pawn just yet. We'll pick it up later. Blavix, so we pretty much cooked him positionally here. We've got a very good King's Indian for white. But he's not done, unfortunately. He's not done yet. He's a little crispy, but not done. Maybe we could get fancy now and some cool stuff with like knight d2. Knight d2. I mean, fundamentally, Blavix's position is slightly worse because of structure. It's actually not that bad. So I could try knight d2. Blavix is like, no, you're not gonna get in that. He knows about you know about Nimzovich and stuff, right? You've heard of Nimzovich? Blavix is experienced. He's like Jimi Hendrix. The Jimi Hendrix experience. To throw out all my like cassette tapes. Just pointless. It's so weird, just like trashing them in the dumpster. But what are you gonna do with them? You know, nobody will buy cassette tapes. It's so sad. So sad. I think now at this point we're looking for the C file action. C file is where it's at here for white, but we've got a little bit of a pile up on I-95. So if we can get there. What's up, guys? Thanks to Warnaki, Merle Dixon, and HTFP for the donations. Blubix is not like a King's Indian guy, is he? We turned his Queen's Indian into a King's Indian. So he wants to creep that Judith Polgar type of maneuver. But Judith did play the... She did play the King's Indian. Am I in the path of the oncoming car there? I really ought to play h3. Right? I mean, that bishop... Man, we could play f4. That's a good idea, huh? So that Blubix is a tough player. He's got nasty little queen b5, queen a7. Yeah, maybe I really messed up with h3. Alright, I don't know. What do you do here? Like rook d1? You prep that pre-prepared meal. Pre-prepared meal of the knight on c5. I don't like this that much anymore. We'll make it work. Look how sort of careful he's being with 16 seconds in increment. Wow. Where's his queen going? He's going to a5. I only wish that I could trap his queen, but it's clearly not happening. He's done a great job blockading. Seriously. This bishop move was stupid. Now he didn't pull the trigger on f5. Scaredy cat. The scaredy cat didn't pull the trigger. Alright. So we grabby pawn. Grabby gabby. Can do that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Hopefully he's as confused as I am. Wow, he's taking things. Taking things and asking questions later. You got a rook check? Better not work. You got that rook check. What? Alright. He timed out. I mean, I'm sure that we made a lot of mistakes. Even the final position may not be winning for me. Because even though I win a piece, he has 2 pawns and there's hardly any pawns left. Am I winning? Take with a rook, maybe. Wow, tough game. I think he should have pulled the trigger. He chickened out here. Is f5 no good? I mean, I know that I can play knight e6. Is it really bad? I guess it's just not good enough. Knight e6 is too strong. Yeah, alright. I'm sorry for making fun of you. You're not a chicken. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Alright. Thanks for the game. If you took the d6 pawn, he still won b3, right? If you took the d6 pawn, like, after knight c4, d6. I mean, the point is, like, I've got dual threats. I mean, I'm threatening this diagonal, and I've got d7. So, I assume this is, like, good for me. I think he's done, you know. He's just done here. But I think before he was okay, you know. He was okay here. After knight e3. Knight e3. Black is okay. Alright, let's go on. Arsenal fan. 7+3. More action. Less talk. Yeah, it was stupid for me to play bishop f1 when I played that. That was a really bad move. But I was just running out of time. The Connect 4 Master Thesis by Blobix. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was a different kind of thesis. This is Mr. Coffee's Connect 4 thesis. So, Mr. Coffee interested in Connect 4. He is our resident Connect 4 master. Other hobbies include bowling, moderating online chat rooms, and chess. Well, I'm just reading his Tinder profile. E4, knight c6, d4. The tango. This is not the tango, man. This is e4, knight c6. It's not a tango. That's like a death dance. The dance of death. The tango is like d4, knight f6, c4, knight c6. Now, some people mistakenly call that the Mexican defense, but I'm not so sure. I don't know. So I looked at this. We declined. What am I talking about? We decided that this is the best. Me and my friend, Mr. Ubadas, Spectacular Camel is his name. Bishop e7 with trick. We play for trick. I sounded like my friend Bogdan Dan. He's a Romanian IM. He's a great guy. Wonderful personality. You never met him, did you, Blobix? Bogdan Dan? He's a funny guy. Alright, knight c3. Bishop f6. I know there's like a kind of close relationship between Romania and France. Kind of a lot of connections there. That's actually how I ended up playing on a French team. From some Romanian friends. Had a connection there. Ginda? No, I mean a little more modern. A little more modern than Ginda. Blobix is going back to like the 70s. No, there's a long time political connection between France and Romania. But I've played quite a bit in Romania, very little in France. And but when I ended up playing for a French team, it was because Romanian friends of mine that set it up. Wow, Blobix actually, his grandfather's Romanian. Interesting. Okay, bishop d3. What do you want to do, kid? Floria is like the female version of, the feminine version of Florian, right? Did you ever meet Georgiou? Georgiou must still be alive, right? Okay, knight d2. Where are you going? Where are you going over there? Come on. Where are you going? He's looking to the future, and the future is bright. Mr. Knight is going to e4 or c4 next. No, he's going the long way to knight f1, knight e3. Everyone saw knight f1 except for you. Everyone in the room saw knight f1 except for you. Mr. Arsenal fan. That wasn't my Romanian accent. I don't know what it is. I was traumatized by that, yeah. Pretty bad. It's always reassuring when friends hurt your feelings for the rest of your life. So knight d5, nice move. I just thought that Gergiu was more your generation there. I never met him, certainly. But he's been inactive for like 20 years. I mean, I guess he's still alive. I never heard of him passing away. He's probably up there, pretty old. We just lost Benko in Hungary. Another iconic 60s legend. Do I really want to play that? Do you really want to hurt me? Okay, I don't really want to play that, but I don't mind not trading for that bishop, to be honest. I mean, I could take the bishop and just transfer to a different type of strategy, like f5. I'm not worse. Alright, I'll take it. I don't know what to do. Take and break. Shake and break. Shake and break. It's not much. It's equal, maybe. I don't think that either side has a serious advantage here. Roman flashbacks, no. Roman? Who's Roman? The guy that was expert in like capital letters, like typing caps and curse words. Man, it was so sick watching Roman curse people out online. He puts Donald Trump to shame. He's just on another level. Roman would have been good with like Twitter. He'd probably be banned from Twitter. He would have been banned long ago. All right, but now what? Rook f7 seems ridiculous. Arsenal fan doesn't seem to use time. He doesn't ever need to use time. You know what his motto is? No brain, no pain. That's what they say. No pain, no brain. No brain, no pain. No brain, no pain makes more sense. So Roman was on Joe Rogan a few months ago. I can't believe, I mean, you know, he's still going strong. It's unbelievable. Stone cold draw, absolutely. I mean, that's what I was thinking. All right, let's just play something before we lose on time. There's this like very cheesy law commercial where I live. There's this like accident ambulance chasing lawyer who his name's Stone. I walked into this. Nice, and he instantly found it. That didn't take long. Wow. Well, now we have a problem. He's only used like a minute for the whole game. He hasn't scored well against me lately, though. Must be like super motivated. I walked right into e5. I can't believe it. I thought for like 2 minutes, couldn't find a move, and then I finally played queen f6, just giving him e5. I could not find a good move I liked here. I'm sure that black is fine, but like all the moves seem to me approximately the same. You know, I couldn't. I looked at rook f7. Rook f7. His tournament victory? What are you talking about? What tournament victory? Did he win my tournament? Blitz tournament. Wow. That's impressive. Usually he gets nervous when he's winning. IVYM just subscribe with Twitch Prime. Fisher-esque. No, I think he's talking about a real tournament, Move 11, not online. Fisher-esque result. Fisher-esque is like 10 out of 11. It's an inverted Weedmaster. Weedmaster would have had 1 out of 11. I'm just joking about his... Sadly joking at Joe's expense about his the worst tournament of his life. That's pretty mean, really, on my part, to make fun of my friend Joe's worst tournament. But he shared the memory with me a little while ago, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. Because as you guys know, sharing is caring, right? We're ready. It's alright. I think that was one of the last tournaments of his competitive career. He got his IM title. You know, he was happy. But that was before he got the title, I guess. He went there to like play in an IM tournament, and they talked him into playing in a GM tournament because they didn't have enough players. It's not really right. You know, this happens all the time. They have like round robin tournaments, and sometimes someone doesn't show up, or, you know, his rating was pretty good. So they're like, all right, we need a player. Will you play in the GM tournament instead of the IM tournament? You know, he was solid, 23, 75 or 2380, trying to get his IM title. And they like got him to play in the GM tournament. And you know, that's brutal. That's tough, you know. E6 check. Once you go forward, they can't move back anymore. But he's down with going forward for sure. He likes forward. I don't know, Arsenal fan seems incredibly strong naturally. You wouldn't know it by his result against me lately, but I felt a lot of power coming from Arsenal fan of late. Where exactly is that going? This is not going anywhere. It's just gonna chill there. Seems like he never uses any time. He just move instantly without using any time. And he keeps making strong moves. It's not like he's making bad moves quickly. He's just playing like Karpov. Now, this might be a mistake. Now he's made a mistake. He's lost the pawn back, apparently. I'm almost okay. I hope. Maybe not. Maybe there's some trick I missed. Very likely. There's something I missed. Still some danger here. Time-wise. Knight c8 is the young Karpov. Other than the fact that it drops a pawn, it's good. Alright, so he's still with us. Still tough. Right, that's the best move. Clearly. Rook d5. He's straight up playing for flag. Wow. Do you see this? He is one dangerous dude. Dangerous dog. Oh no. Dangerous dog. Natural talent. Just needs a little bit of seasoning. Just needs some seasoning. Put it on there. That was not fun for me. Alright, testosterone. Amazing game by White. Except for the last move. Well, I think he screwed it up at the end, Merle. I think that it might have been too late there. I think it was a draw by that point, very possibly, but I could be wrong. I think with just the A pawns left, you know, I'm doubtful that he's winning there, even if he doesn't drop the knight. But he was totally winning, you know, before that. Testosterone. We have too much testosterone in here. A Marazzi without the Dark Square Bishop would be busted. Well, that was why I thought you were amazing. You know, I thought you were totally done in the opening. But you managed to equalize from a terrible position there. And then I went on to like blunder e5. I was serious when I was making fun of you for playing knight d2. I mean, that looks horrible for white, but it froze like a deer in headlights when I played that queen f6 move. It's the classic long think, wrong think, you know. If you can't find a good move in the first like minute or so, you're in trouble. I just blundered e5. I mean, I'm just done. Truthfully, I don't think I should have played knight takes d3. I think I was fine, even maybe slightly better, but I could not find a good move. I needed to think more time. Alright, so we've played this many, many times with white. It's like a straight up King's Indian, though. I mean, that's not normally testosterone's thing. So he was plus 6-4 even there with just A pawns and one other pawn. With just 3 pawns left, he's plus 6.4. Merle, seriously? That's weird. I thought I would have had good drawing chances. I mean, that doesn't mean that it's easy. Those kind of endgames can be weird, but I believe you. I was totally lost before, no matter what. Alright, so here we are, standard position. I've played a million times. Queen on c7, yuck. And I hate when that queen goes to c7. That's just, it's an awkward square. I mean, normally in the old Indian you put it on c7 sometimes, but I think in the King's Indian, it's not like my c2. It's like difficult to use it on c7 for black. Alright, so, alright, whatever. Welcome guys to my stream. International Master William. We are working 2 jobs. Chess is just my hobby. Just pulls the trigger on b5 anyway. My god, man. My god, man. Damn, c5? Could I consider c5? Wow, b5. So if I take, he has to take with a c pawn. But that really would be to his favor. I mean, a4. I remember I had a really hard time against the German Grandmaster Eric Lebrun. He used to play against me in Blitz like the old Indian all the time. And not too many players like Alonso Zapata, and in my generation a little older than me, the players, the Grandmasters I played who played the old Indian were like Zapata and Eric Lebrun. And like when you get these old Indian structures, I would try to do something like this. I would like break it up. But you know, get him to allow these like isolated pawns here. I had a really hard time with Lebrun. He's so good in old Indian. and nobody really plays it well. So you're like rarely facing a player who's good at the old Indian. You know, like people who play the old Indian. Who plays the old Indian? Like nobody. When you play Zapata or someone like that, it's like, oh, you don't practice playing the white side of the old Indian, you know. What are we doing here, Testosterone? He chooses not to trade pieces. I thought that knight takes was an interesting option for black there. Well, the thing about the old Indian, you know, it's like robotic and probably quite good for bullet, you know, I would imagine. It's similar to things like the hedgehog, Philidor, openings where you have less space, but they're kind of easy to play. I think it's harder for the side with the more space to play. You know, he's the one that actually has the onus on him to have to think up stuff to do, you know. When the onus is on you, it's harder. So here, we have a little bit of an issue, like bishop e3, bishop f5, but heck. All right, we'll do it. We'll play this the aggressive way. Obviously, like bishop d3 invites forks and stuff. Come in, forks. Come in. Testosterone normally like modern defense. This is not his normal modra. In Hungarian we say modra. They say. I'm not really a Hungarian. I just pretend to be a Hungarian on TV. I'm just a migrant. Fake Hungarian migrant with a good American accent. Feel the same about the King's Indian defense, having more space. Exactly. No, another game, like, listen, I don't want to play the white side of the King's Indian in bullet chess, or even don't really like it in Blitz. It's too hard, you know. One mistake and you're like mated, you know. It's too hard. The white side of the hedgehog, the white side of the Marazzi, the King's Indian where you have space. You need time, and you need to incrementally improve those kind of positions. It's not ideal for fast time control. The people who play the hedgehog, like for example, hedgehog is a great opening for like blitz or rapid chess. It's just like spiny and hard to crack, and like the minute that white makes a mistake, you punish them. But King's Indian race type positions, yeah, not easy to play with more space. But I think the hedgehog and Marazzi are other examples of space positions that aren't necessarily easy to play in fast time controls. Anyway, Pondo Arena tomorrow night, guys. Tomorrow night, it's going to be Tuesday. I have my hands full trying to sell my house. I'm like, there's just no end to the amount of things I have to do doing this single-handedly. It's hard to work and do the thing at the same time, but I'm trying. I was a little late with the stream today because I had so much other stuff going on, and then my computer lately has decided it's going to be like very finicky about Windows and USB ports and things like my camera working. So Georgi was the pioneer on the hedgehog, and it's interesting that you mentioned that because actually another old school Romanian grandmaster, Mihai Suba, has been the big expert author on that opening. So, coming to a theater near you. Into the pin with Queen e7. That's the more natural square in the King's Indian for the Queen. The locale we would normally choose. Playing the black side of King's Indian. But I think my recommendation would be not to try to play this type of setup. My experience is that this setup with e5 and knight bd7, it's not really the best for black against bishop g5. There are lots of corpses of former opponents just laying around the chess battlefields who have played this setup against me. I have a very good score. I lost once against Julio Becerra. And I think I lost once against Yuri Shulman, 2 GMs. But other than that, I've won like almost every other game I've ever played in this formation. And they also didn't have great positions. Like, they didn't win because of the opening. It's just not a great spot for black to play like knight bd7, e5. So this guy is a really strong defender. Knight takes e5, bishop takes b3. No. I'm looking at everything. My intention was to go here, you know, to keep it simple. Happy house. The happy rook. We're gonna take this. I often will give that up. Anyway, its life is ending. A5 now, fixing the a6 pawn is an interesting move. Knight e4 right away allows bishop e7. Doesn't look that good. I could play knight e4. Then I'm gonna drop a4. Isn't that the point? All right. Yeah. Enjoy the c8 square. Interactive Chess, welcome. Thanks to all you guys who are subscribers. So tomorrow night, I wanted to say, tomorrow night we're doing the Ponda Arena. I think the defending champion is here. Interactive Chess. 7+3. Mr. Coffee helped me to create the Ponda and Horses Club. And so you have to be a member of that club to play in the Come to visit me. Oh, this is such a good square. I love that square. But he has that. But I have knight g5, you know, and knight g5 looks like a kind of problem here. Boink. Oh no. Rook. The rook is stuck. So now we cash in. Time to cash in, boys. But it's only a measly pawn. Is it enough? Take out just testosterone. Okay, he's gonna grab himself an A file soon, but that's all right. We got more important things to do, like H4. It's a good move. As long as I don't drop a rook or something, he's tied down to A6. It's a nightmare. Wow, that's just gotta be difficult life there. Ooh. Prep that defense in advance. He'd seen rook a7 in advance. Nice job. He's the master of basic bullet. I would say increment defense. Actually, Save-A-Dog is really good. Okay, that is not defense though. This is a nugget that must be gathered. Gathering nuggets for the fall. So that was a good game, man. Interactive putting your study time in jeopardy. I heard that Trebek is not well again. Interactive chess challenging 5+3 casual. All right, let's go. We got a request from the Ponda and Horses Club. I'm not going to do that now. We'll do that later, guys. You got to join the Ponda and Horses Club to play in our tournament tomorrow night. 5:45 start. Stream starts at 5:30 Eastern time. We need some more girly icons. That's the thing, Anita, that bothers me. Like, I have these girly icons, like the Pinkie Pie, and I still don't have any girls watch the stream. I don't get it, you know. I thought, like, if I put a pony there, it would, It would work for sure, you know. Girls are suckers for ponies. I mean, you should have seen my estate sale. The old ladies going for the dolls, and I mean, it was. All right. I didn't tell you guys about my estate sale, how the old ladies tried to take my food from my kitchen and stuff. Maybe I mentioned it, I forgot. It was funny. It was really funny. They were like going through my cabinets. I caught them taking my peanut butter. I'm like, what are you doing? That's my food. That's my food. You can't have that. Somebody had taken this like 25-cent sticker and stuck it on the food cabinet in the kitchen. So they thought, or maybe they did it on purpose, they thought they could just like pick out whatever they wanted for like 25 cents. It was hilarious. And another guy, like a young guy, came in. He was probably like 20 years old. He came in and he like had like a iced coffee in one hand. So it looked like he needed like a matching snack or something for the other hand. And he just like came in my kitchen and like opened my fridge and he started like going, I was like, what are you doing? Like the kitchen appliances weren't even for sale or anything. Like in his defense, like there's a small chance he really thought like the fridge might be for sale, so he wanted to check it out, what kind of condition it was. But it looked more like he was just so used to like going to his mom's fridge or something that he thought that's just an automatic. It was like an automatic behavior. It's like pre-programmed to do that. That's true, Bob. That's true. In most cases, at estate sales, the owner is not at home. That's true. The guy with the sandwich, I mean, with the iced coffee and going in the fridge, though, I felt it was just like he forgot where he was. You know, he thought he was like in his mommy's kitchen or something. He needed a sandwich to go with his iced coffee. I don't know. It was funny. I don't think he bought anything. Going for the free food. All right, so what's up, interactive chess? This is very standard stuff here. Are we connected to the internet? Wow, it's 7-Eleven. Speaking of iced coffee, I'm gonna have to bag it around 8:15, guys. I started late today. You're gonna get a little bit shortchanged, but I don't think I'm gonna make it past 8:15. It's been a very long day. I've got another hour left in the tank, I think, but that's gonna be it. I might pass out after 8:15. Sorry, Bob. You don't want to see me after 8:15. All right, H3. So there's a different ways to play this. You can go Bishop H5. I've played that. I lost to Maxim Turov once. It's a little tricky when you do Bishop H5. It's probably the best move, though. I mean, back in the day, I probably played this position like a million times in Blitz. But lately, I don't see it very often. I don't know about this move. That's kind of off the wall. Normally, it's like knight d2 or g4. This may be theory, though. I'm not sure. So d5, g4, bishop g6. Something like... I'm just thinking out loud. Obviously, that's what I do. I mean, it's like c4 a move. Can I do that? Is that even a good idea? D5 is not very developmental. Mental, maybe. Reminds you of a friend of yours who's at a sort of town soiree. At 3 a.m. he walked by himself to a friend's place, walked in the kitchen, made himself a sandwich. Without like, just like somebody's dad like caught him in their house. It's funny. I mean, I don't know about bishop e3. I got in trouble against that slightly suspicious Greek guy. Busted me in a line like this a couple weeks ago. He's not been back lately, Jim. Fatality in some states, absolutely. You might survive here in New England. There was like this lady who walked their dog every week on my yard. That even might be a fatality in the South. I mean, I was seriously thinking like, man, if I was living in like southern state, like she's not coming on my property with her little doggy every week. All right, Queen C2. I mean, I like animals and I like most neighbors, but this woman was like a real problem. She had several run-ins with me for different things, and in some states, like, she wouldn't be coming back on my property. I wouldn't do anything to her dog. I might, if I was living in a state where guns were rampant, maybe I would fire my shotgun near her feet or something. I mean, it's like scary. Defend your ground or whatever. Defend your ground, states. Alright. Yeah, interactive chess doesn't know what he's doing here. Stand your ground, whatever. Thank you. Thank you, Bob. Stand your ground, man. He got so angry in some of his chess lecture videos about his neighbor's dog ruining his videos. He actually talked about that during the videos? Are you kidding me? What? That's insane. I'm glad I'm not a... I'm just a contractor. I'm not one of the owners. Alright. That sounds unprofessional, That's insane. Well, I've got issues, but more with landscapers than animals. I just hate all landscaping noise. Alright. A takes B5. We're opening the A file. Nobody's home there on the A file, but White has a very overextended sort of setup here. He's basically about to get cryogenically frozen by C4. This is a pretty typical scenario. And you might want to notice the similarity between the setup that I'm playing here and the Bishop G5 Smyslov King's Indian that we had just prior. I mean, it's practically the same thing. So we got take, and I fall for some sort of trick. No. BC, knight takes C4, D takes C4. This looks good. This is the point. So he's cryogenically frozen to D3 now. Yeah, I don't know. Jesse might want to get some... I want to get some sort of psychological treatment. I think I'm close, but I have reason to hate like landscapers. So I have the sort of, issues. Knight C5. Serial killer versus mass killer debate. Right. What are we debating, like the terminology of the thing? Seems like a worthwhile endeavor. This was not Interactive Chess's best game. He is losing 2 exchanges, something like that. Yeah, not good. Alright, so if you guys want to play in the tournament tomorrow night, by the way, again, join the Panda and Horses Club. Not everyone's welcome to join. You have to be kind of like a regular here. We're not going to just take anybody. They might soon, like, it's like college fraternities. They'll start banning them from existence. Single gender chess clubs on lichess. No, both genders, all genders are welcome on my Panda Horses Club. All right, mathematic chess. Let's go. And it's funny, when you push E5 is why you don't even get an attack. White has to be very knowledgeable But there are tricky players, you know. Yeah, e5 isn't always good, as you can see. Be very extra careful when you pick them from now on. We can kick them out, Jim. That's the important thing. You don't get lifetime membership to the Pawn and Horses Club. Math Chess is your protege. In what? In like harassment trolling? What's up? He's white, not me. Usually I'll do this occasionally when I'm tired. I'll like freeze when I'm white and not remember it's my turn. But here with black, I'm safe. You know, I can't do that. You taught him to play slower. Yeah. I tell people all the time, like beginners, just take your time. I think this is a little too slow though. Guys, we still have quite a bit of time left. I think Mathematic Chess, something happened here. He's just not here. You know, he like went away, and he'll be back. It's like a commercial break. Or maybe I can go get another beer while we're waiting. I'm not joking. 1996 Mazda Protege. 384,000 miles. Oh my god. It runs if you push it. Does it fall apart is the question. That's like an all-time mileage record, I think. Alright, man. I may have a car for sale. But not just yet. We gotta get another challenge out there. I'm gonna go back. Come on, guys. Wake up. I was gonna say, Bob, yeah, that's not a realistic mileage. But I believe, I'm very naive, you know. Maybe a Honda can get to 384,000. Can we get some more challenges, please? Play in pools. I can't play in pools. I don't feel like playing rated. I'm too tired. I will create a game in the what do you call it? The lobby. Do they have drinks in the lobby? Does anybody know? Does this lobby have drinks? As long as I don't get paired with Semyon Palatnik in the first round. That's what happened 20 years ago. Interactive chess. I'd rather play a new opponent. I always joke about that. I showed up at this tournament, the US Class Championship, and I was like a strong FM with a USCF rating like, I don't know, maybe high 2300s. No, I was over 24. I was like a senior master, strong FM. I thought, okay, I'll be like in the top half of the open section easily, you know. But it ended up being in Syracuse, New York. And this like, nobody has tournaments in Syracuse, New York. So I show up there and I'm like, I'll have a drink at the bar. It was the middle of the afternoon. The round was like at 7. I'll just have a drink at the bar. And I'm just like, it's fine, you know, even if I have a couple drinks at the bar, it's fine because, you know, I'm going to be paired like with someone who's like 1900 in the first round. It's no problem. You know, I'm going to be in the bottom part of the top half of the field. That's the way these tournaments always work. This is not the only time this happened to me. But there ended up being like almost no players. They had like multiple day schedule. And nobody came for the long schedule. So I got paired with Semyon Palatnik in the first round. The problem was I had like 3 martinis or something before the game. You know, so it wasn't just a question of facing a strong player with black. It was the question of facing a strong player with black after having 3 martinis. And I did pretty well. I think like I put up a lot of resistance, but eventually I caved. But I've told this story before. Jim probably remembers. He hates when I repeat the same stories. But I played pretty well. But the irony was later, after losing, I got to re-enter the tournament. And after this tournament, they did away with that. Like, in open sections, you were never allowed to, like, re-enter the open section from a different schedule. But the funny part was that the next day, I re-entered and got paired with Palatnik again. Like, in the second round this time, I think I had a draw with another strong player, and then got paired with Palatnik again, but I wasn't drinking. And we played the same opening, and I held a draw in a very, very difficult game. But that's... A long story. I mean, I said I started drinking at 3 o'clock, but it might have even been like 1 or something like that. I don't remember. But there may have been different alcoholic drinks involved. Maybe it wasn't just martinis. Maybe it was like a couple beers and a couple martinis. I don't remember. But the point was that I thought I was playing a weak player. You know, it was like guaranteed that I'm playing someone weak. It's no problem. I can drink what I want. It doesn't matter if I'm drunk. And there I go, you know. Gotta be careful about heading to the bar. This all started because you guys said go to the lobby or whatever. Pools. I could go out by the pool though. I hope there's a bar by the pool. I need another beer. So, yeah, they generally take away my car keys after 2 martinis, Bubix. I think that's a good policy. Very good policy. You trained with Sam a long time ago? That's cool. Yeah, we had it was funny because like we played the exact same variation, the exact same line. It was like we're having a match or something, you know? The exact same line the next day, and I improved on the first game. Like I had messed up the opening in the first game, made some inaccuracy, and that's how he got this advantage. So it was funny. It's a funny story. You should ask him if you ever see him again, if he remembers that. Because, you know, that doesn't happen every day. I mean, just bizarre sort of occurrence. Mr. Solid is going to be this guy's new name. It's just ridiculous how solid Mr. Coffee is. How did I get this opening? D4, knight of 6, G6, G3. He played G3. Like, normally he plays the Tori. Or Torre. What is going on with the G3? Yeah, those strong beers, Bob. I don't like to do those. Yeah, that's... Coffee, a perfect example, what I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's true. Maybe that's why Mr. Coffee plays like he does. That's true. He does play a lot with computers, and I think it makes you skittish. And I did play a lot with computers for a while, but now it's like ridiculous, you know. A5, B5, he locks it down. Lockdown. Lockdown Coffee, they call him. Coffee lockdown. Probing for dollars. Just this too solid. It's sickening how solid he is. Seriously, I never thought of that, Bob. That's a good point. Yeah, Coffee plays computers. Nefedov actually, I went, you know, so I've gone and had drinks with one of the players from the stream. Pavel Nefedov came to Budapest and met me. We hung out and drank Belgian beers together, which was really cool. It was a good time. He's not as stodgy as you think. He's actually a little bit cool. Alright, A5. Oh, Pavel's not listening. Anyway, he always pops up when you mention him. I think he's out there, sort of hanging out, waiting. Mr. Coffee, yeah, very systematic, Mr. Coffee. I think you could get Mr. Coffee on time, and sometimes with tactics. That's why I stopped playing computers around 2002, 2003, 15 years ago, basically, in that area. I used to be able to draw them a lot, and very, very rarely, like in the 90s and early 2000 even, very rarely like win against an engine, you know. But when it got to the point where you like have 0 chance of winning, I think that's when you pack it in. I mean, if there's 0 chance of winning, then it's gonna really alter your whole mindset about playing the game. Sleepy determined dumplings? What is that? I'm like doing the full Smyslov queenside grip here. Smyslov like to do this in the bogo, you know, like patrol the white squares with this very protracted sort of maneuver. I'm digging deep here. I think my teammate Zoltan Varga would appreciate this. He's another player who he plays like the Philidor, the Aliakin's defense. He likes to kind of be very hyper modern. What do you got for me, Coffee? Little rook exchange action. Don't be like Varamenchik and get scared and try to trade everything. Nah, he backed off. Alright. Creeping our way in now. Creepy Crawley. Gavin Crawley, that's an English FM. Let's just slowly wheedle our way in there. Square by square. The one square at a time method. There's this awesome player I like, the Russian Grandmaster Rachmanov. Rachmanov is like, he's like Karpov. He's a one square at a time player. He just makes like one square move and one square move and one square move and one square move, and he does that to people, and it's like, it's unbelievable. You know, he just like crushes like IMs and weaker GMs by just like making one square move after another. You know, it's just, it's sort of it's like comedic when you see somebody like that. I mean, it's just not that common to play, you know, this ultra Karpovian guy. So what I'm trying to do here, sort of creep my way in. Okay, that was a long move. That was a 3-square move. Coffee is just ridiculously solid. Is my bishop trapped? But it can't be trapped if I can capture something with it. Damn, dude, maybe I can take him out on time. He's so solid. He is like a former professional bowler. I don't know how that affects your chess style, though. You'd see, like, with something like poker, you could have some sort of parallels, or with bowling, how would bowlers play chess? You know what I mean? I'm just thinking like in terms of plants versus zombies, and bowlers like rooks. Exactly, dude. They're like masters of the open file. They like rooks. It just goes straight. They can't go from side to side. It's hilarious. Mr. Coffee's got to be loving this conversation. At least we found something funny to talk about. Alright, so my bishop is trapped. It's trapped, but it's not attacked yet. That's the problem. Probing. Probing again. Well, what would I do? Okay, this doesn't matter. I don't mind this, alright? You grab the, see? He's all about the file. Former bowler. He just can't, he's addicted. He's addicted to open files. That's hilarious. I'm afraid my bishop's really gonna get trapped, but like, how can he trap it? What's he gonna do? Seriously. There are these two pins. Two pins. The bishops look a little like pins. Or the pawns could be pins too. I'm just making unnecessary. I bet like pawn structures. With pawn structures, they start thinking. Like when the pawns are like both rook pawns. That's what he hates the most. Alright. Yeah, he's kind of repulsed me here. I feel repulsive. He's tough. Yeah, he doesn't like that structure when he's got like an A pawn and an H pawn left. Alright guys, we're just having fun. A little loopy here. You could just cancel that game, Mathematic Chess, and re-challenge me. Played e4. A very aggressive move by Mr. Coffee's normal kind of conservative standards. What if I try to steal his open line? He hates that. Only like forward. Yeah, it's just like it's like a ball. All right. Here we go. Another bowling injury for me. Man, this is looking a little creepy for white. What if I played bishop h6 now? Ooh. Alright, we got him. We got him. Nothing's gonna save him now. That A pawn is rolling. Rolling down. It's a gutter. Gutter ball. Alright, I'm tired. When I start laughing, you guys, on the stream, laughing at my own jokes, you know I'm tired. Tired and retired. So, what about moving? How about that? What if we make a move? Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. Alright. Freedom! I gotta get the bishop through. Oh, this is like my game with someone on sound yesterday. Now it's not one, it's the other one stopping it. Now he's got another blockader. Wait, did I make a mistake there? What am I gonna do? I can't let him through. What's up? Alright. So now he does like f4. Yep. We got this. Bishop d3. You don't got this. I gotta get my king into the zone. That pawn is really far advanced, Holmes. I mean, my pawn. Get my bishop to e6, and then we're talking. Now we're talking. I mean, isn't that automatically like winning for me? Or did I miscalculate this? Wow. Better not have miscalculated this. Oh no, it's a split. It's a split, Mr. Coffee. Look out. Can't make the spare. Oh, stupid bowling jokes. Alright, he's still in the box. Instructive. That's how tough it is to beat Coffee. Turkey, I got it. Yeah, that wasn't really funny though. Yeah, he can't make the split. Alright guys, Mathematic Chess. is back. He's back. Thank you, Coffee. Tough game. Mr. Coffee, do you turn off the stream while you're playing? I wondered. By any chance? Or do you listen? We were making bowling jokes. Yeah, we made bowling jokes like the whole game. It was hilarious. The split finally killed you at the end. You couldn't make that. But I'm not going to rehash it. You can watch, you know. I think Bob tried to clip it. Part of it. But yeah, it's just I'm being silly. I mean, I'm tired. I need more afternoon naps, guys, if I'm going to maintain my 39-year-old physique and mentality. Oh, you clipped Nefedov. It wasn't a diss. It was just a joke. I complimented him on how fun it was to go drinking beers. What are you talking about? Clipped the wrong thing. I rarely laugh. But I'm tired, you know. We like you like bowlers like open files. Like this is one of our very, very creative jokes from the beginning. Mathematics just resigned. I don't understand what's going on. Weird. Maybe I had to go or something. Okay. Kazim from Iran. Let's play. Like we played before. Kazim Janov. Alright. I was saying today to move 11 that I'd love to play b6 against c4. Trolls to ban. You have bans to troll. Hexless. Don't challenge me to 5-0 unrated. Alright, just don't challenge me at all, because you only have less than 100 games. Just to limit the amount of people that troll me, you know, so I just keep the rule that I don't play players with like less than 100 rated games. Angry Dragon. This is a very passive setup for white against what is now a Nimzo. But I feel this memory, like I played this guy before and we had the same thing. It's actually not that bad for white, probably. Even though bishop e2 seems kind of passive and weak, I mean, what am I going to do? You know, he's got a reasonable position. It's not that bad. Doubled pawns, bishop on a slightly passive square rather than d3. But, you know, truthfully, now here I like bishop e4. Do I like bishop e4? I love bishop e4. How do I feel about bishop e4 deep down inside? I'm getting very Nimzo style, very Nimzo inspired with this. I never did this before. This is an interesting plan, like bishop e4 followed by knight c6, and we're going for a5. You fell asleep watching a UFO documentary. You know, there's so many, like, all the time, but now it's going to be, like, huge since there's these new stories. I don't have time to, like, take a shower, you know? I mean, I don't have time to watch TV. Really, sometimes I did, but lately my life is so crazy that I can't do anything, like the basic things I need to do. So I don't watch any UFO documentaries. You know, yesterday I watched NFL football for like the first time in 2 weeks. For example, most people are like, you know, they watch every Sunday sports matches or whatever. You know, so my life has been so crazy. But the UFO stuff, right, is like trendy now, again. So. Are you busy because you do lessons to people? I'm busy because um, I have to be the executor of an estate for my mom, which is really involving a lot of stuff, and it's like a second job, and I have to, yeah, do my original job, which is teaching chess. But I'm basically like, it's almost like I have two jobs. It's just, it's crazy. Um, the Area 51 thing, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I come from a small family. I have to manage the estate by myself, so it's a really involved process. And like today I was talking to realtors about selling my house. You know, so like every little thing I have to deal with by myself, with basically nobody else to help me. So it's it's like a full-time job practically. That's why I that's why I don't have time to do stuff. Otherwise, I would be more involved with like making YouTube videos or, you know, doing other chess projects, probably playing chess. I haven't played in a chess tournament since 2018. I'm missing my like team championship games. My Hungarian team lost like 7-5 last week in their match, and the team captain is like hysterical because I'm not there. Um, yeah, it does. Like you do get paid something for being executor, but it's not like really like a work wage. Um, but for me, the thing is like how much it involves. You know, it's just like constantly I have to do something. I never had lived like that. You know, I've always been lazy, and you know, I've always been independent. All right, this is a cool game. You know, he's obviously a decent player, Kazim. 2031. I don't like his opening. I'm not sure I like his position here, but he's fighting. You know, it's a good knight versus bad bishop scenario, which is not easy for white here. So, guys, I'm going to be streaming for another half an hour. I'm going to pass out after that. Angry Dragon, please re-challenge. 5+3. I need a +3. Alerts for subbing are delayed or not working. Whoa, did somebody just sub? Did Angry... Well, like, oftentimes Twitch is weird. Like, saying weird things like that. I'm tired. Like, anyway. I had this awesome realtor come to my house today. He was cool. I call him the godfather of local realtors. It's like, I've been in this business for 50 years. Damn, dude. That's serious. I mean, this guy, like, it's unbelievable. He started a realty business, like, I heard of when I was a little kid. And he's, like, still, like, healthy and doesn't seem that old. It's kind of scary. Anyway, I thought I'd read a short story about a real estate agent that never dies. Like a Stephen King kind of thing. You know, he just like watches people like he's seen the same house sold like 7 times. No one realizes he's been alive forever. Angry Dragon says it sounds boring. Are you talking about me? About my book idea? My short story idea is boring? Dude, next thing you're gonna be like, my hair looks stupid or something. Alright. Do we have a new subscriber? Did Angry Dragon? Well, there is a similar Stephen King novel or a story called Needful Things where it's like an antique dealer that sort of never dies. I guess I'm kind of stealing that theme. Not that Stephen King never stole anything. All right. Queen A4. White's played this really well. You got to give him credit. And now he's engineering E4. Trying to engineer E4. Write a novel about endgames. Christ. Now that's boring. All right. I'm an international master. And I will tell you that is truly boring. I mean, I like endgames. But that doesn't mean that they're fun, you know? So I'm cashing in. We're cashing in for this pawn. Still, it might not be a totally bad idea for him to do this. You know, oftentimes this kind of pawn is hard to convert. Guys, don't forget that tomorrow we're doing the Ponda and Horses Club Ponda Arena. Oh yeah, Asterbay would love this. Tricky, very tricky. Arsenal fan. You're quick, man. Very quick. Quick-witted. Quick-witted. Is it better to be quick-witted or acquitted? Let's go for structural damage to the white position. My stomach started making noises. It's growling. That's why I have to stop the stream at 8:15. I did not eat quite enough today. All right. Bang, bang. He's going to survive that if I play that. Oh, Queen F5. Oh, that's so beautiful. It's beautiful. Front loaded. He should have played H3 before. He might have even survived if he had played H3 when he had the chance. What command? The Wednesday command. Is that it? Okay, guys, we have time for 2 more games. Is this player someone with enough games? We'll see. Angry Dragon. I'm the type of person who sings. Singing in the shower, maybe. Not that I ever have time to take a shower. Alright. Obviously, I haven't shaved in like 3 weeks, so that's good. I had to apologize to my realtor today for looking like a pig. The guy was like wearing a sport jacket and nice pants. I was like, damn. I've been doing an estate sale for 3 days. I like dirty jeans and a t-shirt. Sorry, man. I'm dressed for a business meeting. Very, very solid play here by Angry Dragon. Grieg. Grieg is 7+3. I don't know if we're going to have time for another game. Maybe we can squeak one in. I wish it wasn't 7+3. He chooses 7+3 when I'm like dying. Most people are playing like 5+3. I have that rule though. I say like between 5+3 and 7+3. I think I'm going to pass out soon. Alright, this is weird. Like c5 now with the knight on d7. Like usually that's not good. You want your knight going to c6. Get maximum central control, so my intuition is to play c4. Then he takes on d4. I take with the queen. Doesn't look that great, honestly. Old bowling injury. No. Okay, guys. We'll be back tomorrow night. I might have time for one more game, but man, I'm fading fast here. I don't really know what to do in this position. I feel like c4 is the move, but it's just intuition. I have an idea. Don't know if it's good. We don't know much about Angry Dragon. They think my book idea is boring. Interesting. Well, I mean, c5, yeah, undermining the knight in e5, right, Arsenal? Just to typically, like, you know, the knight on d7 and breaking with c5 aren't necessarily things that gel that well. So I was thinking queen a4 is a possibility here. It's a really interesting move. Let's do it. Why not? Angry Dragoon? What do you think, guys? How's the ratings? 1916, 1971, 1920. Where did you say you're from, Angry Dragoon? Did you tell us the other day? And is that your like Smurf account, Bob? I don't even get it. It's like a strange trolling attempt. All right. Oh, well, weird. I don't know, something about Hungarian sex offender databases, but it was not even funny or anything. Really bad trolling attempt. It was weak and difficult to even understand. It was lame. Queen c7 from Angry Dragoon. All right, we got to be consistent here. Strange people on the internet. That internet. But I can't complain. I mean, it's been pretty quiet of late. We don't have 2 minutes. The trolls aren't too bad. Like, whoever that was, like, clearly knows that I live in Hungary. So it makes you think, like, it's an old troll who's been around for a while. Yeah, they have troll themes. Different troll themes. It's mostly, like, psychological issues, right? Yeah, I mean, he finds this move, g5, which is pretty much like a very forcing tactic, right? That leads to insane complications. So knight d7, bishop d7, bishop c7, bishop a4. That's a funny position. Gotta love that. I'm hallucinating. I'm actually hallucinating that I had bishop b7. Did I just say that? That I had bishop b7? So that's deranged. Anyway, it's a fun situation here. What's going on? Sort of deranged position. I was hallucinating. That's how tired I am. It's like I'm playing bishop takes b7, this move. Literally, I thought. I had that. Like, there was no pawn on d5. Man. Alright, guys. We're going over time because I started late today. This week should start to be a little bit better for me, though. I was really tired. The weekend was horrible. It was fun, but horrible. Like, this estate sale I did, it was just grueling. I could try d6. He has plenty of moves there, like bishop c6, probably. I feel like white should strive for development here, rather than sort of like cheap shots like d6. Although it's possible I had a very simple and strong move like bishop e5, maybe trying to pick off that pawn. I can also push it to try to mangle my structure. So the Angry Dragoon is very, very solid. I guess we don't have a lot of moves. I mean, Mr. Coffee's sort of biased toward open files. We know, like, Mr. Coffee would be grabbing the open file here. Bowling joke. Well, no, Bob, you're not the only sex troll. Don't worry. You got plenty of company there. Usually a lot, you know, Freudian therapists would tell you, right? The classic Freudian therapist will associate every kind of psychological malady to some sort of sexual thing. That was the classic thing, right? So, Oedipal complex or whatever. Yep, it's all connected. What if I play f4 here? I want to create like a pawn square. That's awesome, dude. You gotta love this move. I get like an exclamation point for this move. Seriously? I'm so tired, I deserve one. I mean, f4 rocks. %of trolls are sexually disturbed. I'm just making up like random statistics. Random fake statistics. Okay. So, I think bowling time. There's knight f5 threatening my bishop. Is it a big deal, really? Probably not. It's probably bowling time. What about the other way? Bowling on this side, bowling on that side. There's that pin. I'm a little nervous that this is a mistake. Honey, I Shrunk the Children. No, I think I made a mistake here. Maybe it's not that bad, but I'm a little worried about this. Who is Angry Dragon? And why are all of his ratings 1900, 1900, 1900, 1900? We've already had this discussion, right? What is that again? Interesting. I think he made a mistake there. Bishop h6 first would have cast my position into a serious state of doubt. His move order was bad. Because now I can play e3, and now my bishop artificially trapped on d4. You know, that was a big mistake. Bishop h6 there instead of knight f5 would have made all the difference for black. I think. Seriously, that is the case. Alright, so king h1. He seems very good at like bullet chess. 326, 42, 233. Interested. Masturbate's never here on Mondays. Sort of faked me out there. Thought it was your G file. I think this guy will do well in the tournament. Perhaps. I don't remember if he played last time. Did I miss something? Anything? Found that with like no time. It would be strange that Grandma just showed up, wouldn't it? That means that Grandma was already in the stream. Because Bob just made a Grandma reference. That must have been Bob, for sure. Angry Dragon. Angry Dragoon. Alright. These rated guys are gone. And we're playing one last game against Yevgeny. Yevgeny also has ratings in those ranges. All very close, around 1900. Alright. Last game. Popular rating. His average is probably around 1900 if you average them up. Strong rating for online chess. Guys, I gotta go after this. This is the last one for today. I don't know, Bob. We start talking about this and, you know, look what happens. Anyway. Alright, let's finish up our last game for today. You made the reference because he followed. Oh, my bad. I got the order of things mixed up. I thought it was the other way around. Yeah. We have half of my followers are like perverted trolls. It's very sad. But, you know. Take what we can get. Bishop a6. Wow. Into the diagonal. That's hardcore. It's got to have some downsides. It has to have some sort of serious downside. Can't really figure out what it is, you know. I have seen interesting positions where I might does like a4, a5, but here I don't like it that much. Maybe after c5. Move 11 I had stuff like that. I remember we looked at some. These are also very fast. Reminds me very similar. Is he maybe the last Angry Dragon and Yevgeny are different people, right? You're not both from Canada, are you? Angry, are you from Canada too? Alright. There was another player from Canada with 1900, and it was weird. Thought everyone from Canada's from 1900. Everyone from 1900 is from Canada. Sorry guys, I'm just too tired to talk. to talk properly at this point. I'm gonna get some rest, get some dinner, and we'll be back for the stream tomorrow night. Look at that setup. I love this bishop on a6. Like most people would automatically put it on b7, particularly when I have pawns like this. If my pawn's on d4 or something, I mean, it's normal to put the bishop on a6. To do that, like sans, that sophisticated setup for black. Mr. Coffee, how do you feel about open files? He took with the c pawn. I thought this is better here. I look kind of stupid on the e file there. I mean, I'm definitely losing a tempo, but he wants to keep the symmetrical structure. Bishop d4 doesn't work. Grabbing the file, which is like now not that big a deal. I mean, this. Mr. Coffee, did you ever play Plants vs. Zombies by any chance? It's one of my favorite video games of the last 10 years. It gets a little old after a while, but bowling with walnuts. This is a great feature. It's kind of cool. You have to bowl the zombies down with giant walnuts, and it's fun, you know, on one screen. I think you'd like it as a bowler. Yeah. It's an iconic, like, modern game. I mean, they must have made $gazillion with that Plants vs. Zombies, which was basically like the simplest sort of game by modern standards. It's like an arcade style sort of thing. It would have been cool, like, imagine like on Atari, if Atari had thought of Plants vs. Zombies like 30 years ago, you know, I could see it like fitting in. Alright. What are we doing? Alright, we'll pull the trigger. Knight c6. Losing a piece. This guy, I can't put my finger on him. I mean, he seems very strong at times, but at other times not. It's weird. Really inconsistent. Like sometimes like a master, sometimes like an amateur. It's hard to figure him out. Most players have a good bead on their strength, and it's hard with this guy to figure it out though. And he doesn't talk. You know, he's like totally anonymous. Maybe he did talk once. Yeah, Dimitrilos is long absent. But I mean, it's not like an issue that it's so late there. I mean, I honestly couldn't stay awake till midnight in Europe, typically. I mean, if you have like a family or if you're over the age of 39, it's hard to stay awake that late, you know? He comes for the simuls. That's true, yeah. He does. He comes for the free food in my fridge. Like the people at my estate sales. So Digesto Rook. Gotta be careful here. We could lose an exchange very quickly. Like Queen C1, Knight C5. Yummy. So I gotta back off. What can I do? If I could be at peak strength at any era of chess, when would it be? Oh, that's an interesting question, Arsenal fan. Very thoughtful. Very thoughtful. You know, that's not something anyone ever asked me, but that's a cool question. So, yeah, I think it would be cool, like, you know, if you go back and like in the 60s and 70s, you know, the era of, you know, the era of chess of like Fischer and all that. That'd be pretty awesome to be like a world-class player. If I could be my peak strength back then, I probably would have been like a. He offered me a draw. Okay, I'm too tired to continue. I mean, it's probably equal, this position. But I mean, again, like sometimes he seems like a master, and sometimes weaker. You can't really get a finger on this guy's strength. Like really, not a lot going on in this game, you know. So we're not gonna have a high center pawn loss. 1972. Yeah, if I could have been in my peak strength in 1972, that'd be cool. Winter of 1972. I was worse for a moment. Why? Why was I worse? Wow, the computer wants to just pull the trigger on E5, says I'm worse. Mr. Coffee, what about the open file? Where's my walnut? Okay, guys. Draw. Thanks, guys, for watching and for the bowling puns. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow night at 5:30 Eastern Time, USA. See you then. And thanks from Ponda, the macro Ponda. Poor Ponda, real Ponda is back in Budapest. One day we'll reunite with him. But until then, it's just me. Okay. Bye bye. Good night.